Hi Aries, this is a big reading for you. This is the next 12 months, and I've already prayed and meditated on this reading for you, and what's come through has really moved me and shocked me, but I'm also not surprised by it. So I'm going to jump right in. We probably will have a singing bowl meditation in here somewhere because Spirit keeps calling for it, but I have to get this out of the way first. So in your meditation, I saw somebody bathing in a river, and then I heard bathing in the river Styx, and I really didn't know quite what that meant, even though I've heard that phrase before. Then I was given this image of a flaming candle that wouldn't go out. It wouldn't melt, it wouldn't go out. And that this coming next 12 months, whenever you come upon this reading, and this is for sun, moon, rising, Venus, or Mars, so the luminaries in your chart. I think I'm saying that correctly. I'm not an astrologist. So the next 12 months are big for you. And that's because you've already been through the underworld and survived. That is essentially what bathing in the river Styx means. So if you're like me and you have never really delved into exactly what this meant, in Greek mythology, it was the river that gods would bathe in. Achilles' mother held him by his Achilles and dipped him in the river Styx for immortality, invulnerability. And so the only part of his body that was not immersed in this river was his Achilles heel. And so that was the place where a fatal blow could be given. But the rest of him had been through it and survived it, which is what the Greek gods also did. And so I was just kind of looking this up here before we got started. And there's a lot of, like I said, there's a lot of stuff about Greek gods in here. I would really encourage you to look this up on your own. I find this stuff infinitely fascinating, and I never seem to find enough time to really delve into it. So, essentially, the act of immersing oneself in the waters of the Styx, a river in the underworld, which was believed to grant near invulnerability to anyone who bathed in it, except for the spot where they were held while being dipped. So we talked about this with Achilles. It talks about immortality. It talks about the underworld and death. So what was so poignant and amazing to me was that Spirit was giving me this symbolism of how powerful your rise is over the next 12 months and beyond. Because you have been, I feel like for most of you, the last 8 to 12 months have really put you through it. And that's not to say you haven't had difficulties or obstacles in your life before the last 8 to 12 months, but this kind of feels like the last stretch of a really hard marathon that you weren't quite sure you were going to be able to finish. And somehow now, even though I know that you're tired, you feel tired, I also feel like there's this flame in you that cannot be put out, an immortal flame, an invulnerable flame. And I really don't know I think actually, as I say this, there may be one Achilles heel for you, but that is not something Spirit wants you to spend any time focusing on, because that's kind of like a worst case scenario thing. I think we could all come up with something if we sat about it and thought about it long enough. If this one thing happened, it would take me out. I'd be done. There'd be no point. I couldn't go on. And maybe you could, maybe you couldn't. But I think if we all tried, we could come up with that one thing. But you have done it. You're here on the other side. You swam in the river Styx. You immersed yourself. You completed the journey, even if it doesn't feel like it. You're going to see that you have completed this, and the flame is brighter than ever. You're motivated, you're amped up, you're ready to see what happens next. The mark that you're going to make on the world, which is so, they're highlighting it. It's like in big letters on a neon sign, like announcing to a big city like LA or New York or something, announcing to this city, Aries has arrived. Aries has always been here, but now your name is in neon lights. People see you. People want to pay attention to you. People want to hear and see what it is that you do next. And this is very potent and exciting and very palpable. My whole body is lit up, channeling this. And I stare into a fire, and also my sphere of selenite. If you wonder, like, what's she looking at when she channels? That's it. And so I don't know why I felt compelled to tell you this, but this is what I see when I'm looking out at this. It's big neon lights. It's not just a billboard. It's so big an entire city could see it. Like, what's that sphere, that dome, and is it Las Vegas, that's really new, that's like really trippy? It's like that big. It's that big. That's what's coming up for you. So, okay, actually they are pausing me again. So if you do not feel interested in sitting through this little mini meditation, that's totally fine. I will do my absolute best to put a timestamp in the description box if you just want to skip this portion. But because Spirit has brought this up at least 4 or 5 times since I sat down to do your reading, I have to honor this. So there may be something in this sound meditation that probably won't be more than 30 to 45 seconds that could be healing or activating for you. So I'd encourage you to sit through it. If you have headphones on, be mindful of that. So let's go ahead and just honor what's coming through and do this singing bowl meditation together, and then we'll start pulling some cards, okay? All right. Thank you. It's interesting. I kept hearing you've had a lot of false starts. You've had a lot of false starts, and that energy was actually even coming through in the singing bowl. But it's never put your light out. It's never fully put your passion out. I feel like the next 12 months is about you creating from that passionate, fiery place and putting that out into the world, because the message, the art, whatever this is that you have in your heart, in your soul, the song of your soul that needs to be sung to the masses, is finally ready after all these false starts. Everything is timed up, synced up, lined up. You are in the right headspace, the right energy. Everything is primed for you to showcase this and take what is yours. And that's not in a like a gimme take kind of way. It's always been meant for you, because it's a reciprocal energy. You might have Gemini placements, that's coming through. It's a reciprocal energy where what you give out, it fills you up to give it out, and it fills you up to get that return. But it fills up the people you give it to. It's so beautiful. It's so intense, and it's always been meant to happen. I'm using my hands a whole lot, like very animated with my arms and my hands. I'm hearing this quote, and forgive me, I cannot remember who said this, but it's basically, please don't leave this earth without sharing the gifts that you came here with, because you were meant to share them. You always have a choice, but honestly, Aries, for you, I feel like this passion, this fire that's in you doesn't even feel like a choice anymore. It's like do or die. Very river of Styx, like I have to do this, so I'm going to go through this river. I'm going to go through the fire. I'm going to go through the underworld and come out the other side much more whole and intact than I was before, much wiser, much smarter, working smarter, not harder, having realistic expectations, but shooting for the moon because you can, because why the F not? I mean, it's very, so energetic and fiery and passionate and ready. Okay, Spirit, what else? What else? Thank you. Look at that. Look at that. Don't compromise. It says boundaries, assertiveness, courage, unwavering. But would you look at that heart with the golden wings? And then at the bottom, we have another heart here. Open your heart to love. Number 27, vulnerability, forgiveness, allowing, community. With a number 4 on the door here and a key, light coming through the keyhole. Yeah, this is very special and integral to your message here. So, let's see, you got more than one. Oh, wow. This is interesting. So we have law of attraction, but it came out reversed. And all of these cards in this particular deck have, I guess, what you could call light and shadow attributes to them. So on the law of attraction card, number 26, that's very interesting because the one on the bottom was 27. We have quitting, obsession, depression, and sloppy. And then over here we have don't compromise. I think these old thoughts could always have the potential. No, I want to reword that. These old thoughts and thought forms or feelings about yourself, like nothing ever works out, I'm not good enough, nobody likes me, I am stuck, I need to change first. These are the words that are on here. They're always going to live in your mind. And there's this enlightenment that I think you have gained or are gaining, where instead of trying to banish them and shut them up and feel shame that you have these thoughts, you work with them smarter, not harder. So you integrate them, you accept them. If you have a moment of doubt, you allow yourself to feel that doubt for maybe 5 seconds, and then you allow the stronger, more resilient, compassionate voice in your mind that is your higher self come in and say, I see you, I know you're scared, I know you're feeling doubt, but we're going to persevere anyway because we've been through much worse than what these thoughts are trying to convince us of. Worst case scenario, of failure, of doubt, of being stuck. And so I feel like this is also a message to hammer home the reality that this passion that you are putting out into the world, you can't compromise on it. Your unique signature, your stamp, your special sauce is what is needed to make this what it is meant to be, what your higher self envisioned you coming into the world to create. So you can't compromise on it. I'm getting like if somebody's writing an opera or something, and I have no idea what it's like to write an opera, but just for an example, say somebody's writing an opera and you have a partner that you're working with, and they say, I really think, now forgive me because I don't know what I'm saying, I'm just making stuff up, but say, I really think you should do like a B minor instead of a B flat here or something, or a C. I really think you should do a B minor instead of a C. And you're like, no, I really think it's a C that goes here. And maybe there's some pushback here. It's like, don't compromise because somebody else has some vision for your passion. This is not the time to compromise. This is the time to kindly but firmly set those healthy boundaries. Be assertive and courageous and unwavering. These are all the words on this card about your vision, because it's your vision. It's your vision, and it has to be your vision. I also think no matter what this is for you, your passion, your unwavering love and excitement for the art that you want to put out into the world to help other people, to change other people's perspectives, to just create. I think it has, just like this card shows, oh my God, and I'm just realizing there's neon lights around this heart. Oh my gosh. I hope you're as mind blown as I am right now, because I saw your name in these enormous neon lights just like this. And so this passion, this project has literal golden wings to take flight. Everything is primed and ready, but you cannot compromise, and you cannot, honestly, you can't give in to these old thought forms of letting depression or obsession. You can be assertive and unwavering in your vision without becoming unhealthily obsessed with it. There's a balance in everything. But truthfully, I feel like you've done a lot of work already on the old, anchors and baggage that used to hold you down. I really do. I feel like you understand your thoughts and feelings on a much deeper, potable, I don't even know what that word means, Spirit. Or if that's even, I have no idea if that's the right. You understand your feelings at a much deeper level than you have before. And you also understand how to communicate with yourself. That your thoughts are, although thoughts can become things, a thought, as Eckhart Tolle says, a thought is just a thought, and a thought can be changed. So we don't have to ruminate on those old thought forms that aren't so helpful, right? And I do feel like you've already done work on this. But they're really reiterating this. They don't want you to compromise on your vision at all. No matter who gets involved, no matter how much they say, this would look better here. Use discernment, but you shouldn't be compromising on your vision because it is yours. It is yours. Wow. I also think there's another level here, just like the card on the bottom of the deck about keeping your heart open, allowing your heart to be open, allowing people into your life, allowing help where you see you need help, but also holding that integrity and that assertiveness, that this is my vision and I'm very grateful for the help that I have. But at the end of the day, it is my vision, and I'm going to hold that vision. I'm going to hold that vision. I was just curious which deck to get, and there's a card in this Moonology deck that says hold your vision. So I feel like that's where we're supposed to go. And just the law of attraction, again, they're reminding me that we have 26 and 27 numbers that came out here. So those ages could be significant for you, or maybe days of the month. Both of those numbers just keep coming up as something significant here, but it could very well just be a growing energy if you don't know where they fit. And it could just be a specific message for one person in particular. So if it doesn't resonate, just let that go. It's totally fine. It does not mean it's not your reading. Spirit, what else do you want Aries to know? Please and thank you. What else do you want Aries to know, Spirit? Still can't get over that neon. Also, if this is your first time here, hi, I'm Allie. I'm very grateful to spend this precious time with you and your energy. If you feel called, please hit the like button, subscribe, leave a comment. Thank you. Even if it is just a purple heart emoji. I love this card. Prosperity lies ahead. Yes, new moon in Taurus. Beautiful. Those are totally free ways to help support the channel. It helps boost the algorithm, and it encourages me more than I could ever say. So we have prosperity lies ahead. What else for Aries, Spirit? Please and thank you. I'm feeling this one, actually. Let's see. Luck is on your side. Whoa. So new moon in Sagittarius, we're literally still in this energy as I'm recording this video. I'm recording it on December 2nd. And the new moon was yesterday. New moon in Sagittarius was yesterday. So this energy is happening now. And they keep telling me that these readings are, because my readings themselves are shifting and changing. And so this is over the next 6 to 12 months. Taurus, I feel like, is May, June energy. Or is it April, May? I can't really remember. I know it's May energy. So that's what? That's about 6 months from now. So this building energy, you have new moon, new beginnings, new creations. Things are finally starting to move, okay? And I feel like it's happening now because of this new moon in Sagittarius card. At the bottom, we have take time to breathe out. And I do feel like that's very significant for you, because in order for this vision to really come into existence, we have to reel in our obsession a little bit. So I know personally, my Mars is in Aries at 0 degrees. So when I get fired up about something, I really kind of I'm like a bull in a china shop with like blinders on, and I'm just going straight to the red. I'm just powering ahead. And so that's the energy. I'm saying this because it's the energy that I'm feeling, where we can get a little obsessive and excited about things, and we may not take that moment to pause, to breathe in and out, to set a solid intention and foundation for what it is that we're wanting to build, because we're so excited to get started. Sagittarius can kind of have that energy too, of that excitement, of the go-getter, go ahead, let's go adventure, see things, seek things out, create, So I think it's important first, so that we don't run into any like big snags or roadblocks, 3 to 6 months down the line, to take time to really just like lay a solid foundation, to plan, to think things out, to storyboard, to envision, what do I want to do in the next 6 to 12 months? What does this look like? What are the logistics? Taking that more Taurus-like approach that's very balanced and, looking at all the pieces, kind of making sure the puzzle fits before we go ahead, that earthy energy. So I would really encourage you to do that, and maybe look at starting something in the new year. Whenever you come across this video, give yourself 2-3 weeks to just, I keep hearing storyboard. So to give yourself time to plan, to set that foundation, to create solid intentions. The word solid is coming through a lot. So solidifying the passion, without taking the fire out. But again, that flaming candle, man, it was like it was all on fire, and it was a candle on fire, but there was no chance of it melting or going out. It was very cosmic, very divine, you know. It would have to be, because it's gone through the river Styx. So powerful. Do you have one more card for Aries from this deck, Spirit, about the next 6 to 12 months? Luck is on your side, like we were saying. Thank you. Everything is primed and lined up and ready. The stars are aligned. You're ready. It's everything is go time now. Have faith in your dreams. And I think you do. I think you may have doubted in the past, like, how am I going to make this work? I'm not paying my bills on time. You know, I'm going to have a regular 9-to-5 job like every other schmuck. I'm just channeling, so don't take offense to that, please. But like, I don't feel like that's your energy, Aries. I don't feel like you're somebody who's supposed to clock in and clock out. I feel like your art is your passion, whatever art looks like to you. Somebody told me a few years ago not to put art in a box, not to let art be defined by anything, that anything you see as art can and is art. It's like the most precious thing, one of the most precious things as human beings, that we can think and create in this way and share it. More importantly, share it with other humans. So whatever that looks like to you, I'm just trying to encourage you. I view myself and the videos I put out and my channeling and using cards and stuff, I view that as an art form. That's a way for me to express myself artistically. So don't put that in a box or anything. Okay. So then we have another new moon. Look at all this new energy. Work through your fears. New moon in Scorpio. So I think that's probably part of what they're wanting you to take a time out on. Be realistic about that. Are you afraid of success? And that might be something you scoff at. Like, I've been dreaming of success for 20 years, Allie. What are you talking about? But truthfully, have you sat with what that would look like? How your entire life will change with that level of success that your art is going to bring into this world. Have you sat with that? Of not, there's no more 3 p.m. Walmart trips, which that sounds terrible to me actually, but there's no more just like haphazard running to the store without being recognized. There's no more people finding your phone number, looking you up, trailing you. I mean, this is like the dark side of being seen in such a way. But do you think there are some subconscious fears about being so seen? It seems very normal to me to think, yeah, of course there would be some fears there, even subconsciously. Is there a fear of like, what does this look like if I am successful with this? I don't want to be a one-hit wonder. What is going to be the next thing? Will there be a next thing? Am I going to, all the things, embarrassment. Is there a fear of being seen? That's the fear that's coming through for me. I think the only fear, I don't even think your doubt about your passion not working out is even a real fear that bothers you anymore. I think on some level, that fear of being seen is nagging at you a bit. And so that message about taking time out, taking time to breathe, to plan, to look at all the angles, I think this is one of them. Preparing yourself for being seen in such a big way. How do you think you would handle that? How would that feel? I'm just going to channel it because this was coming through. Like, what precautions would you take? Would you need to scrub the internet of some of your, I don't know, personal information or pictures or family stuff? Like, maybe these are things you want to get out of the way before you even start this project, because it's going to take off, man. Luck is on your side. Prosperity lies ahead. It's so confirming. It's like the time is now. It's happening now, 2025, not to be silly or because I know everybody and their dog says this, but like 2025, is your year. Is your year. It's your time. It's time. The time is now. I'd also really encourage you to get a reading with an astrologist, a really good one that you can trust. Use your discernment on that, because I do feel like there are things astrologically that are happening collectively, but for you on a personal level, that will tell you this, maybe even tell you the right time to put out whatever this is. So I would really encourage you to do that. And I don't know if I have anyone that I feel like I could recommend, because like I said, I'm very fascinated with astrology, but I'm not an astrologist. I might do some research and try to put somebody that I feel good about in the description box if I can find someone, but just use your best discernment. Let's end this reading. I'm going to get a crow card, but I also think I'm going to get you an animal card too. So, any other messages for Aries for the next 12 months, Spirit, please and thank you. I just want you to know I cut the deck to play in luck. Like, I cannot make this up. Other messages for Aries for the next 6 to 12 months. I just split it again and we have exposed. Exposed. This is everything we've been talking about. All right. Any other messages for Aries, please, Spirit? Spirit team of Aries. Any other messages, please? Messages for Aries. Okay. I think that's it on that one. Thank you. So we have anticipation, which is hysterical. And look at all these people. Almost like the crow is getting ready for their people to show up so they can give their speech or show their film or their art or, you know, read their book, whatever this is. Oh my gosh, yes. Then we have waterproof. Okay, that makes perfect sense. And freedom with number 19. Number 19 always reminds me of the Sun card in tarot, the happiest card in the deck, enlightenment. And we talked about you having experienced this enlightenment in the beginning of your reading, if I recall. That felt very pertinent in how you deal with the thoughts in your head, the negative stuff that comes up. And that's exactly what waterproof talks about. We were talking about being exposed, being seen on a big scale. And so obviously everyone that you come across in that big of a scale is not going to be a fan. That's hard for someone like me who likes things to be very, I don't know, as I say this, I'm like, am I that bubbly and love and light? I mean, I think I can be kind of dark and twisty at times too. But like for me, I don't like upset. I don't like it when people are upset with me or don't like me. It doesn't feel good. It's very icky. And I've had to work really hard to be more waterproof, to have a thicker skin. But I think this is what is, you know, a reminder that you have done this work. You are tough. You can withstand any kind of storm like that. And it doesn't matter, because the people that need to hear what you have to say, the art that you need to share, they're going to love you anyway. They need to hear it. It's part of your soul contract to do this. I can't stress it enough. I'm so excited for you. I'm so energized by this. Oh, my heart just did like a flip-flop feeling. So yeah, there's this anticipation about what's to come. And this card is so gorgeous. I hope you can see it. There's little light just emanating from this crow. They've got roses, just like someone would give them at the end of a show of like a good job, the opening show. Yeah, this is really crazy. This is really beautiful and really crazy. And I just want to tell you to have fun and play with this and, you know, be smart about it. You will, but you can do this. You can do this. You were meant to do this. Look at this. So they're anticipating the show. They're kind of sweating bullets because they're in the middle of the show. You know, they have to be waterproof. They have to have a thick skin to get out there and do the thing. And then just light and roses and, you know, freedom. You did it. It's out there. Wow. Luck is on your side. Luck is on your side, Aries. There's nothing to fear. Work through your fear. There's nothing to fear. Remember that card? Work through your fears. This is amazing. Okay, let's finish your reading with an animal card. How do you want to finish their reading, Spirit? How do you want to finish Aries' reading, Spirit? Please and thank you. Final card for Aries, please and thank you. I'm just going to take one. Unless two fly out, then obviously. Thank you. Whoa. Whoa, look at this. Dove Spirit, be peace. Number 21, which reduces to a 3. We have a 3 here. You also have had a lot of 2s, a lot of 2s. So balance, divine partnerships, cooperation, cooperating with people, building this with other people, but not losing, you know, not compromising. What you have to share will bring peace to others. And it will bring peace to your soul, because I don't think you will ever really rest until this is put out there, until you do the thing. And this is something that's going to make you feel that soul satisfaction, that divine peace of, I did it. I've had this dream in my heart since I was a child, and I finally did it. I think you've always known you were going to do it. You've always known. And you had to go through the river Styx to get here. And now you are untouchable. Nothing can stop you. Nothing's going to stop you. The universe is literally conspiring in your favor for you to be able to do what has been placed on your heart to do. And that is not only going to bring the people that you touch with this peace, it's going to bring you peace beyond measure. I don't think this is your only soul mission, but it's a big one. And so completing that is going to give you peace like you've never known. You're doing it. You've got this. I am so excited for you, Aries. Thank you for trusting me with your reading. If you feel called to book a personal reading with me, you can find that information at my website at theseaowl.com. Please like, share, or subscribe. Leave a comment, even if it's just a purple heart, to let me know that you got to the end of your reading. It helps me and encourages me immensely. And I am so grateful to have been able to spend this precious time with you. So please, more than anything, take excellent care of yourself, and I will see you soon. Bye.